Hi, my name is Madison Brown, and my presentation is on the mental impact of social media on high school students. First off, we have the time usage on social media. Um, on average, according to one study, about 37% of teens say that they spend more than 5 hours a day on social media. 14% spend about 4 to 5 hours. 26% spend 2 to 4 hours, and 23% of students will actually spend less than about 2 hours. And on average, it comes out to teens spending about 4.5 hours a day on social media. And then with that, that is mostly between three different apps, all those hours. And that's going to be Instagram, YouTube, and more recently, TikTok has been high up there as well. And then we have the impact of social media on some older teens. And so some of that is going to actually involve what's called doom scrolling. And that actually explains why they spend so much time on social media, why even we will spend so much time on social media. Um, so the reason that a lot of people spend so much time on social media is it is literally addicting. What happens is as you scroll through, your body produces dopamine when you see certain things, flashing lights, things like that. And it actually turns into something similar to like a gambler's high. So you are constantly chasing the rush of dopamine, and so you will just continuously keep on scrolling, which can turn into what's called doom scrolling, which is essentially just mindlessly scrolling through like social media, like posts and videos and things like that. It can also be a more negative term, which is like you're scrolling to look at all the bad things that you can find on the internet, which also is not good. But the general term is just mindlessly scrolling. And then there have been studies that have shown there's actually a correlation between um, time spent on social media and actually worsened mental states and higher rates of things like insomnia as well. And that's going to lead to the cons of social media on our youth, which, as mentioned, um, things like insomnia and worsened mental states, including like depression, anxiety, all that, um, have been shown to get worse with time spent on social media and your attachment to social media. Um, some other studies show that it can actually increase your likelihood, like I said, of having like anxiety and depression, which considering high school is already not a good time for a lot of people, actually, it just kind of makes it worse for them. One study said that out of 450 kids that they surveyed, 35 actually were classified as being poor sleepers, and then 47% were actually really anxious. Um, and the CDC also believes that social media is leading kids to feel more hopeless and actually isolated as compared to like previous generations there. And they think that social media is because of that. But onto some pros of social media. The biggest thing is the connection that you can get with it. And so for a lot, you can connect with, for a lot of people, it helps with connections between friends, and even some extended family. It's a great way to get in touch with people nowadays. It's a usually less formal way of finding people and talking to people now. Um, it also allows people to express their creativity and share some of their talents. So, for example, I personally love watching like artists on social media and like watching them paint and their process with sculpting and different things like that. And then lastly, social media is actually a great place for to form support systems. And so for a lot of people who might not have the best like at home situation, they can use social media as a way to connect to other people and form a support system and find an outlet in a safe space. So that's all for my presentation there. Thank you for watching. And here are all of my references.